Alright guys, what's up? Alright, so last night I managed to get a lot done and a lot of stuff hooked up and a lot of stuff already set up for being able to get everything that I'm going to need and all that. And the entities are now all placeable. Everything is getting saved correctly. There's a lot of stuff. There's still some remaining things that I need to get done tonight. Um, and that involves you see how like when as soon as they loaded the map up, the vending machine was in the corner. If I go into editor mode, like you'll notice that there's spawn points. There's a trigger counter floating over here. There's a trigger over here, multi manager, and there's like a trigger volume over here. All right, so tonight I'm going to have to hook up. You see how like this is all messed up, and there's like text overlapping. I have to hook up the UI elements so that it's possible to actually manipulate these objects properly. Once I have that in place, once that is actually a thing, then what is going to happen is I'm going to ramp up into full production on Revulsion 1 stuff. That means Revulsion 1 will begin getting all of the attention, and I'll be able to actually hook the editor up to Revulsion 1 as best as I can and figure out how to get everything in a working state. And then I'm going to release, and then I'm going to release a patch in tandem with a sale. I want to have a pretty significant sale, and and that's also going to go in tandem with like a new trailer and blah blah blah, right? I want to try and get all this stuff done. So, but all my focus, the important part is, the editor is really close. Like I'm thinking tonight is the night where the editor will be usable. I might even go ahead and just put up a download link from my Google Drive or something like that uh, right away. Like as soon as I get the editor into a usable state, and then I'll actually have some videos of me building stuff with people and testing it out and seeing how it works and you know what I mean, like see what bugs I gotta fix and stuff like that. Once I'm in full development though with Revulsion 1, I'm probably going to be making a lot of gameplay changes. I don't know what. Like I'm just gonna kind of come in and just like swoop down and do all kinds of stuff. All right, and that will be with the goal of getting a new release. Now, there's some things to keep in mind with the new version of Revulsion. It's a new engine. It's not using the old engine anymore. So that means that it's entirely possible that there's some new bug that I'm just not aware of. Although I have done a lot of testing with Revulsion 1 so far, it seems to be working fine. But it's entirely possible that something broke. I don't know what. Your save game files are not going to be located in the same location. The game now, the game is now called Revulsion. The executable name is not Project Stray anymore. So you'll have to make sure, like, it's going to look like all your save game files are gone. Um, you'll have to find the folder in app data and move your save game files over to the new folder. So like there's some stuff to keep in mind with that. I'll make sure that this is like in the TLDR of the video. There's a lot of things like that that are going to have to be. I'm going to make sure I'm going to keep repeating this so that anyone who's watching or understands what's going on, it will have an idea of what they need to do. With that said, okay, there's going to be a new death mechanic where you can consume raw animus when you die, so you can use that as a way to stay alive. So like as soon as you start taking damage and your health reaches zero, rather than just showing the you died screen, it slows down and gives you like a split second where you can click a button on the screen or something like that to consume a raw animus really quickly and be able to like continue surviving, right? And let's see what else. I don't know what else. Like there's some other stuff. No, I think that's about it. Honestly, there's not a whole lot to really go over uh, in this video, other than the fact that I actually do have a working level editor um, that just needs a little bit of attention. Like tonight's going to be the night where I get a bunch of stuff in place, and this will be fun. All right. Let's see if I could think of anything else off the top of my head. I don't know. I don't know. I'm definitely looking for feedback on the level editor. Um, I want to be able to release the level editor on Steam itself, but believe it or not, at the moment, I don't even have the $100 to be able to actually um, put a new project up on Steam. Like, yeah, that's not cool. So yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do actually. Once the sale goes through and everything like that, this is really important, by the way. Like, if things don't change like very soon, if I don't manage to get some support on this, we might end up just I might end up having to just simply find work, like do something. I don't know. I want to try and find. I am searching right now for like contract work or remote contract work or something like that. Um, Especially if it's a first-person shooter similar to Revulsion, in this market that is, on the Unreal 4 engine. That's like that would be, I'd be able to provide a hell of a lot of value in a situation like that. Um, yeah, like it's a pretty important situation right now. If I don't start seeing a change in direction, or if I don't see something start to come together, then it's probably going to take my focus off the project, which that's going to really suck because this has a hell of a lot of potential. Like this isn't just a level editor; it's the base for the next game. In other words, the base of the next game is multiplayer. None of the other shooters right now, other than Reflex, um, and even Reflex is just a PvP game. I'm talking about a PvE centric classical shooter with multiplayer at its base. None of the other games on the market do this. None of them. All right. So I'm the only one working on this particular category in this genre at this point in time that I am aware of. Um, I've been looking around too. All right, I think that there's like one zombie shoot 'em up thing. It's like a really simple looking game that has like co-op. But most games don't have co-op with level editor, with the ability to, and stuff like that, like to build bases and you know what I mean? Like that sort of thing does not exist in this genre yet. And I'm going to change that. I want to change that. So, yeah, with that said, all right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go and end this video here. There's not much else really to say other than the fact that I'm just going to buckle down and get this shit in place. Uh, Man, this is going to be fucking awesome. If I get the editor going, man. Oh, it'll be tonight. It'll be tonight.